You right, mate? It's the pig here. Hey everyone, it's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. How's it going? Manchester United have just drawn with Liverpool 1-0 away from home at Anfield. We've got the point there in the bag there against tough opposition, a team that we will be vying for the top spots for come the end of the season. But, you know, it's a shame Manchester United just couldn't show a little bit more guile, go out there and create a few more chances. I think we only had one shot on target in that game, which was a bit poor. But then Mourinho set them up quite negatively, quite defensively to get the job done, of course. You know, you can't always go gung-ho and go at teams, especially Liverpool away at Anfield. You know, they're a good attacking side. They're going to create chances. You've got to limit those chances. We did that really well today. You know, we defended damn good today, you have to say. You know, the performances put in there by Phil Jones, Smalling, some really good performances all round in terms of defensively. They didn't have too much to go at. They created a few chances for themselves, more than us, but still Liverpool were shit, I thought. You know, they're not a great side. They've got good players in there. Manchester United, of course, people are going to be saying, well, what you're saying, you know, they've dominated you today. But we've gone there to get the job done, so we are champions at the end of the season. You know, away at Liverpool, it's a very tough place to go. We've come away from it with a point. It's a good performance, a good result, considering. But yeah, I mean, I was a little bit expecting us to go for it today for a little bit in the game. You know, Mourinho. We've been dominating teams and scoring lots of goals. This was our first real test coming up against a good Liverpool team. And we've sort of passed the test. You know, we didn't get beaten today, but still we didn't cut them open. We didn't exhibit the quality that we have in the last few games against lesser opposition. So from that regard, it's a bit of a disappointment. But at the end of the day, Liverpool are a bunch of wankers. You don't want to lose to Liverpool. That's the most important thing. Never lose to the Scousers. So we've managed to not do that today. But still, I mean, you know, a little bit defensive and negative from Mourinho. Hey, everyone who's joining me right now. Sort of wanted United to lose today so I could get my freaking shocking hairdo cut, man. Obviously not. I'm just joking. But, I mean, I said I'd not get my hair cut until United lose in the Premier League. Can we just hurry up and lose? Because what the fuck's this on my head? Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely shocking. So forgive me. I mean, I am sort of having a bedhead day at the moment, so you have to forgive me. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't stunning. But there were some good individual performances in there from Manchester United today. Let me just talk about some of those. I think David De Gea has been quality in goal today. Just absolutely class from David De Gea. The few times he was called upon, he's made great saves. That one in the first half in particular from that Matip volley. Just an unbelievable reactionary save with the tip of his toe. The guy's an absolute beast. And he just keeps on winning us points, basically, that lad on his own. He saves us so many blushes. Today we could have easily lost against those Scouse scumbags if that had gone in, but David De Gea pulls off a world-class save, and then it's 0-0. We've got a point. We go back to Manchester as reasonably happy. So, you know, you've got to give David De Gea a lot of credit. It was another world-class performance in him. You know, Manchester United have been a bit more dominant this season, so you haven't seen so much from him, you know, compared to last year or the season before when Manchester United were very poor, not solid at the back like we are now. There were more chances created from opposition teams, and David De Gea was called into action a lot more times. But it's nice to know that even though we perhaps don't concede as many chances these days, he's still there. His concentration's brilliant. He just does the job and performs and puts in world-class performances week in, week out. We just need to keep that man at Old Trafford, no doubt about it. Ashley Young, I thought, put in another good performance as well, considering, you know, defensive, lots of energy, trying to make things happen. He had a few crosses into the box, created for United in the first opening few minutes of the game. It's pretty much what we did most of the game. So, you know, I'm happy for the lad that he's been given the chance by Mourinho, who's sort of played himself into the side with good, solid performances. Not only that, last week he was playing, you know, left back. Now he's over there on the right side of midfield. He's versatile. He's useful. Good squad player. Mourinho's using him properly. And he's coming in there and doing a really good job. So, yeah, it's a shame that Romelu Lukaku up top there couldn't get a bit more service today. And, you know, any opportunities that he did have, he didn't make more of. But he's had a great start to his Manchester United career. This was a big test today, but Mourinho's obviously set the side up defensively. And Lukaku performed admirably. You know, he's I think, what was it? He scored 7 league goals now? Is that what it is? And this was going to be the 8th league goal he would have scored in 8 games, his first 8 games for Manchester United, to break a new record. I think that would have been. I don't know if that was for Manchester United or for top flight English football, but I heard that something like that on the radio. He was due to break a record today if he scored for the player who's gone to a new club and scored the most games in a row consecutively. It would have been nice if he could have done that today, but it just goes to show you, that's a hard record to get, hard thing to beat. There's been loads of football played before, of course, and Romelu Lukaku's come in there and he's had an unbelievable start to his Manchester United career. So I'm just happy with the player and the fact we've actually got the lad anyway. You have to forgive me, feeling a little bit rough today. So as you can see, I do look an absolute state. I've looked like I've just come off the streets, actually, Anybody got 20p? Right, let's read some of you guys' comments. Let's just get into it, and I'll talk a little bit more about the game as we go. Kyle Fury has commented here and said, something's gone wrong when United made Lovren look world class. Well, there you go. I mean, it was just slow, and we didn't create too much. We're quite happy to defend. But that's just Mourinho for you. He's going to set the stall out like that sometimes. He likes to win trophies, and you have to have consistency in order to do that. You've got to be able to get a draw in a really tough fixture away at Anfield and then beat all of the teams you should be beating. As long as you can beat all of the teams that you should be beating, the Chelseas, the Man Cities, the Liverpools, the Arsenals to a lesser extent, these games, especially away from home, you can't expect to win them, You've got to expect to either draw them, lose them, and as long as you do beat the teams you should be beating. I remember Sir Alex Ferguson sides, often we would, I think there was one season we even pretty much lost to all of the top teams, but beat everybody else, and that's how we won the league. So that's the most important thing, just beating all the teams we should be beating and picking up these points. Jerry Lowell comments, hi Jerry, thanks for commenting. We just didn't turn up for this game. We could have destroyed LFC's defence. Anyways, I'm okay with a point. I agree, it is a shame we didn't go for it. A little bit disappointed in Mourinho and the lads for that. But then he's thinking damage limitation is a tough game. But I thought we'd come a bit further than that. I was genuinely thinking we were better than these Scouse Ponsters. You know what I mean? We could have gone there. We could have turned them over. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was hoping for. We didn't get that. I agree with what you're saying, though. I mean, Liverpool's defence are absolutely there to be had, aren't they? They're not a great defensive side whatsoever. Jurgen Klopp doesn't set his sides up like that. He wants them attacking. He wants them scoring goals, and they do leave holes at the back. And you can exploit that. We didn't do that enough times today at all, not even anywhere near. So from that point of view, I can sort of share your disappointment. Anthony Martial comments, Lukaku missed a big chance. Yeah, I know these things happen. You've got to take your chances. Didn't do it today. But still, not enough chances created. He didn't create enough chances for himself when he got the ball, which was not too often at all, really. And also, the teammates didn't create enough for him. Ivan Djuzovic with a positive comment here. He said, I'm actually happy with the result. They could have had 4. I know what you mean. I mean, we've gone to Anfield. We've come away from it with a point. We were the second best side, really. They have created more chances. I think they finished the game on something like 16 shots throughout, and we've had about 6. And they've had a few on target. We've had 1 poxy shot on target. It's a piss-poor performance from Manchester United going forward. We defended well, as I said earlier on in this video. Phil Jones, Smalling, these players, they defended well. They limited the chances that Liverpool could have, but we were second best. Possession-wise, we got bossed around and dominated. It's piss poor, actually, when you think about it. I don't want to be mugged around by the Scousers, but you've got to remember we're away from home and they should have an advantage in that sense. But, yeah, not good, was it? Not good, but still we're unbeaten in the Premier League. That's what you've got to remember as well. We are unbeaten in the Premier League. We're top of the league table as things stand. I mean, of course, I think City have got to play as it's Stoke in a bit. That they could go top of the league here, clearly, which would be piss poor. Be absolutely piss poor. But still, you've got to remember, as long as we do well in these games against the big sides and we beat everyone we should be beating comfortably, then we'll win the freaking league, lads. Pretty much, anyway. Archie commented, Lukaku is crap when he has the ball at his feet. Attacking defenders, Matta made him look foolish. Calm down, lad. It's an off day. United obviously set up quite defensively anyway. He was feeding off scraps to a certain degree. United didn't create half as much. I mean, to say Lukaku's crap when he has the ball at his feet is a little bit harsh. He's not the best, most technically gifted player in terms of dribbling and keeping hold of the ball. He's not. I agree with you. He's sort of like an advanced evolution of Emil Heskey, really. He's a bit better than that technically, but he's more about his strength, more about his brute force. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was really his fault today. I thought he tried, and he's been absolute boss for us. So give the lad a break, lad. Give the lad a break. And Archie's also commented again, Lionel Fellaini was missed. Well, based on recent performances, I have to say. Christopher M.E., thank you very much for your comment. Christopher says, who's your man of the match? It would probably be between David De Gea, who I thought made a couple of world-class saves, and also Phil Jones, who I thought was just absolutely rock solid at the back there, towering above their attackers, doing what he should be doing very well. I mean, he's really come on a long way under Jose. This season especially, he's turned from, you know, a bit part player, a utility player, an injured player, a bit of a sick note player, weird face player, to a, you know, a solid Manchester United top quality centre-back, one of the best centre-backs currently based on form in the Premier League. So he's absolutely bossing it, Phil Jones. He really is. And today I thought he was one of United's best players, along with De Gea. So I give him my man of the match pretty much. Moriel comments, Mata, Pogba and Fellaini would have been the best midfield we had that game. Shocking performance to pass to Lukaku. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Not enough service for him. Totally agree with what you're saying there. We missed those players today. We absolutely did. Pogba, he is a big miss. You know, say what you want about him. Maybe he's not lived quite up to the money, but he's creative outlet. He's a box-to-box kind of guy. He's going to win your balls. He's going to intercept. He's going to create. He's going to thread balls through. He's going to shoot. He's going to cause all sorts of problems. So, you know, we do definitely miss him today. If you're thinking about the midfield there, you know, like the likes of Herrera and Matic, they're very solid, very good, but they don't give you as much going forward as the likes of a Paul Pogba. So I think it is pretty important we get him back into the side. And Liverpool's midfield shit as well. You know, they didn't show enough in terms of, you know, flowing forward. You know, United basically let them have it at certain times of the game. They still couldn't penetrate the two banks of four that United had, you know. So, I personally think with those players in there, we maybe would have done a lot better in that game, like you say, but who knows? Who knows? Panini Football says, you're still in your PJs. Not quite. This is sort of a Christmassy type autumn jumper, I guess you'd describe it as. I do look like I've just got out of bed, totally agree. And maybe I have, but these are not PJs, my friend. Alex Rincon. Hi, Alex. Thank you very much for your comment. Herrera pocketed Coutinho. Yeah, a lot of hype around the Coutinho and Firmino train, isn't there? It's a big old hype train. But in my opinion, they're pretty average players. They're not, you know, they're not average, actually. They're very good players, but they're not upper echelon, top quality players. You know, Coutinho was on about going to Barcelona for 120 million or whatever at one point. That's an absolute joke. He's not worth that much. He's not that good. But he is a very good, talented, technical player. If it was on FIFA or something, I'd probably give him 4 stars out of 5, you know what I mean? That's an overall rating. Anyway, I'm pretty much going to wrap it up there. Not too much to talk about today, as Manchester United have just gone there, had a bit of a pisser, board draw, it's finished 0-0. Liverpool sort of got the better of us, but Manchester United held on. We defended like lions. We take a point from Anfield back to Manchester with us, where we will sit at the top of the Premier League table at least for a little while until Manchester City finish playing Stoke City. But who knows what can happen in this game? You know, this is football. So, yeah. Also, let's start a petition. How should I cut my freaking hair? That's not really starting a petition, is it? Anyway, no, I'm not going to cut the hair. I stuck to it. I really want to cut the hair. It looks absolutely gastastic, doesn't it? I mean, what the fuck? I'm actually on a live internet stream with this hair now. Ivan Djuzovic, don't please. Alex Rincon, don't cut it till you lose. I mean, it does seem to be quite a good luck charm for us. This shocking hairdo is keeping Manchester United from losing today. And, you know, in previous games, since I've left this hair to go to a pretty much Marouane Fellaini stature, Manchester United haven't actually lost a game in the Premier League. And until we do, I won't be getting rid of it. So all you guys supporting me there, you probably support me because you just want to see what sort of monstrosity this can turn into. I am going for the Marouane Fellaini. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for tuning into this video today. Not feeling very well, little under the weather, as were Manchester United today. Could have done more, didn't. And Liverpool were sort of fortunate or unfortunate not to get something from this game. If not for some wonderful goalkeeping and some great defending from Manchester United, who knows what could have happened. So get your thoughts and opinions in below. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be doing more updates and videos as soon as possible. Just been a little bit ill recently, but things will be back to normal on the channel. Everybody who comes and tunes in and watches these videos after games, you're a bunch of freaking legends. So do me a favour, smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and you can also follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is all Mr. Flying Pig HD. So go chuck likes and subscribe and follow on there and do all that good stuff. And you can send me a message on there and I'll try and get back to you as well. But thank you very much for tuning in today. Have yourselves a good one. Come back in a few minutes' time once this video has been published to YouTube. Have your permanent say on what you thought about Manchester United's performance today against those scouse scummers, Liverpool. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is The Pig. Have yourself a good one. I'll see you very soon. Take it easy. And come on, United.